Hey, it's Brock here with Rock Hill Farms. Today I'm going to split a little bit of firewood, but I'm wanting to try using my slab rack to set logs in to make it a little bit easier, more convenient to split firewood. To do that, I need to get rid of these slabs. And actually, I just need to get rid of these slabs anyway, get those turned into firewood. So we'll start there and then move on to the logs. So I'll be the first to admit that sometimes I spend more time trying some new way to do something, and it would have been easier to just do it the old way. But every once in a while, I come up with a winner. And this slab rack, to me, is a winner. I love this thing. And it's very similar to the ones everybody else makes. The only thing I did was put on each of the center sections, I put 2 supports instead of 1, so you cut between them and the pieces don't fall out. The only ones I have to bend down and pick up off the ground are on each end. I think that's about as easy as it gets for chunking slab wood up. And I've tried it a few different ways. I am using hearing protection, you just won't see it. You know, it's obviously an option to take all of this. I could take the slab rack and everything out of this building, but I kind of like keeping everything dry as much as I can. Never have enough building to keep everything under a roof, but the way I had this, I stacked this full, and instead of cutting it, I left it. Then the next time I was cutting, I had someone here, and I didn't want to stop and cut slab, so I piled it in front. And if I didn't have the mini skid steer, I would have had to park the tractor here and then pick each piece up and carry it over. Nothing else I have would fit in this space and turn at the right angle. So if you're cluttered like me, that's one little reason that this mini skid comes in handy. Now I think it can even maneuver and dump that slab wood into here to get our second run of slab cut up before we move on. I've normally loaded this slab rack by hand, but I always wonder if it comes across that way on camera. But this stuff is not light. It may look in the video like these are fairly small pieces, but it would be everything I could do to lift this piece of wood by myself up over the side of this. Good way to hurt your back. With a 25-inch bar, I've got just enough length to put the saw up against here, reach to this corner and come down. Which is why I could have put those other 2 pieces on here, but I would need a longer bar to cut it the way I am. I ask myself what I think some of you guys are thinking, and I alluded to it earlier. Would it be, I've got all this equipment, all this stuff set up, and I'm trying to perfect everything I'm doing, and it might be faster to take like an axe and just chop this up. But I've had a load of this slab wood delivered. It was a real pain. The way it's all twisted in different sizes and trying to get 16-inch pieces without hitting your bar or your chain in the ground. And it was a real hassle. And the thing about this, I don't know if it's any faster, but I'm not breaking a sweat. I'm just working at a nice casual pace because I don't cut firewood for a living. I'm just doing it because I feel like it. Well, when I took the machine down there, cut that 16-foot log into two 8-foot pieces, thought this will work perfect. I'm just going to set those in the slab rack and get going. Well, this slab rack doesn't hold near as much as I thought. It's going to hold one small to medium-sized log, and that's it. And I thought, well, maybe that's all right, and maybe it is. I thought, well, maybe I could build the same thing, only bigger, and have it outside the building here and still use it that way, and maybe I can. But I'm just deciding right now, I'd have to for sure run a 36-inch bar if I had a bigger slab rack. So let's go ahead and get this cut up, then I'll see what I think about it. Hold on, give me a second. So I was just out here working away, and my wife pulls up right here, says, "You do realize we're supposed to be at a basketball game in 15 minutes? I said, "No, I don't know anything that you didn't just tell me." So I had to go to the basketball game real quick, and I'm not going to get as much done as I wanted, but I at least want to finish up these couple of logs I've brought up here. So this is why you got to test out your theories. I thought that was a great idea. I thought it was going to be perfect, but there was a couple problems with it. Number one, it's awkward to put the log in it without dropping it where it's going to break the slab rack. Now, I could do that a lot better if I took the time to get a grapple put on this, but I was messing around with some of my equipment. I don't have it set up right now where it was going to be convenient to do that. I was probably going to do it anyway, but then I took that break during the day to go to the basketball game. So you could do better about how you load those just by putting a grapple on. But the real problem for me was it's a lot of strain getting the rounds out of the rack. I'd be better off having them on the ground than trying to lift them out of the rack. So I don't know that it really saved anything. That does not mean that I could not do a redesign and build a rack for cutting firewood on, and it might be a lot different than that one, but I'm just gonna take some time and think about it. Anyway, I was hoping to do a full cord today, which is 3 baskets, and I did a basket and almost a second basket. We almost did two-thirds of a cord, but that one had a little bit of wood in it already, so really maybe did a half a cord. Had a good time. Didn't work that hard at it. So when you have a good setup, you don't have to work that hard. Anyway, I appreciate you taking time to watch the video. I'll put links on the screen to a couple more of our videos, and I'll see you next time.